Если вы любите путешествовать или вы любите говорить на английском о путешествиях, то вы просто, обязаны знать эти фразы на английском. Как сказать «путешествовать налегке»? Или путешествовать по нехоженным местам, или ночной рейс, или отправиться на пляже дорогой, именно направиться, а не просто go. Или жить на чемоданах, попросить подвезти бесплатно, или быть ограниченным в средствах, когда вы путешествуете и не все можете себе позволить. Вот как бы вы сказали на английском эти фразы. Если вам тяжело вот так вот сходу все перевести, правильно сказать, то что? Смотрите мой урок английского. 10 разговорных полезных фраз о путешествиях, которые вы можете употреблять как во время путешествия, так и после. И часть из них идиоматичны, то есть вы бы так даже и не поняли, что означает эта фраза, если бы не знали, а часть просто разговорные фразы, чтобы вы были эффективными и звучали красиво по-английски, как носитель языка. Окей? Смотрите урок, в конце, после урока этого, посмотрите еще мое видео summary, я такое буду подытоживание делать. Всем этим фразам мы еще раз по ним пройдемся с русским переводом, но урок будет на английском.
To travel light with the example. I always try to travel light because I hate having to check in my luggage at the airport. And you will tell me what you think it means. And I'll give you the correct answer and you will keep your score. All right, there'll be 10 idioms and your job is to guess 10 out of 10. Okay, 10 out of 10. So, as you're watching it, make a decision. What do you think it means to travel light? In your head, say it to yourself. Okay, the meaning of this idiom, to travel light, is this. And the correct answer is to travel with very little luggage or baggage. And I guess you got it right. Absolutely. But I also want you to remember it. I also want you to use your auditory memory. And that's why let's sing it. Let's sing the example, the part of the example in which this phrase is used. And we'll start by reading it, and then we'll create a melody. Remember what I told you in this lesson on how to improve your auditory memory? Yeah, focus on the sound and imitate. Pick up the melody. I always try to travel light because I hate. I always try to travel light because I hate having to check in. That's silly. I always try to travel light. I always try to travel. I always try to travel light. I always try to travel. Yeah, the melody, well, it can be anything. Make it, make it fun. Make it enjoyable. Right. I always try to travel light. And if you do it like a lot, if you say this phrase, I always try to travel light, many times to yourself with a melody, it'll help you remember it. That's the way it works. I always try to travel light. Anyway, let's move on. Here I'm just, basically sharing with you and showing you what you can do. Anyway, go or be off the beaten track. For example, I wanted to visit this lake on top of the mountain. It is a little bit off the beaten track, but I heard it is beautiful. What does it mean to be off the beaten track? All right. 1, 2, 3. You made your decision. Here we go. It means to travel to a place that isn't well known or visited often by others. Right, to go where others don't go, where many people don't go. Yes, it is a little bit off the beaten track. This is the phrase. All right, let's sing it. It is a little bit off the beaten track. It is a little bit off the beaten track. It is a little bit off the beaten track. It is a little bit off the beaten track. Off the beaten, off the beaten, off the beaten track, track, track. Off the beaten, off the beaten, off the beaten track, track. Yeah, play with it. It's silly, but it's funny and it actually works. It'll help you remember this phrase. It is a little bit off the beaten track. It's a little bit off the beaten track. Anyway, a red-eye flight. What do you think it means? George caught a red-eye flight from California to New York. What is that? Think. Say it to yourself. And here comes the correct answer. It's a late-night flight. Usually one that leaves really late at night and arrives early the next morning. Red-eye flight. And the reason why it's red-eye flight, because you don't get enough sleep on the plane and your eyes are red in the morning from lack of sleep. It's a red-eye flight because you have red eyes. Right. George caught a red-eye flight. George caught a red-eye flight. Red-eye, red-eye, red-eye flight. Red-eye, red-eye, red-eye flight. Red-eye flight from California. Red-eye flight from California. Red-eye flight from California to New York. Red-eye flight from California to New York. Red-eye flight, red-eye flight. Right? That's what I do. I mean, if you stay in one phrase long enough, like if you repeat it during the day, the next day, during the week, like it'll be hard for you to forget it. Like you'll remember the phrase red-eye flight together with the melody, with the rhythm. And yeah, it actually works. It absolutely does. And you don't need to be a great singer to do that, to learn it, to sing, to create melodies. No, it's just silly. Just goof around, really. Red-eye flight from California, red-eye flight from California. Next one, the jet set. That's a hard one. It's a kind of connected with traveling, but it's about people. His dream to join the jet set came true after he was able to retire early. Right. What do you think it means? The guy wanted to join the jet set. What is jet set? The jet set. What is that? Jet is the airplane and set is a group. So it's a group of airplanes? No, it's a group of rich people who like to travel the world and party. The jet set. All right, it's people who have their private jets, and they travel from country to country and from resort to resort, from one place to another, and they just enter. They have fun. They party. His dream to join the jet set came true. My dream to join the jet set came true. My dream to join the jet set came true. To join the jet set, to join the jet set, to join the jet set, my dream. To join the jet set, to join the jet set, to join the jet set, my dream. His dream to join the jet set came true. His dream to join the jet set came true. The jet set, 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 set, jet set, jet set, jet set, set. Right? Well, I don't know if you like one of my melodies, my silly tunes. Yeah, pick one up and remember it. But you might as well create your own. I'm just showing you how. Anyway, the next one is super easy. I just know that you never say hit in this context. That's why I wanted you to know it. So to hit the beach, to hit the road, what is that? What does that mean? Do you have any plans for this weekend? If the weather is nice, I would like to hit the beach before it starts to cool off. To hit the beach. By the way, the sounds are different. Hit in E, beach. Hit beach. E. The sounds are different. Please keep that in mind. So what is that? All right, you made up your mind. Here it comes. It means to go to the beach, go to the road. So I hope you've guessed everything so far. Well, maybe not the jet set came true. Maybe not that one, but the rest I believe you guessed just fine. All right, hit the beach, hit the road. If the weather is nice, I would like to hit the beach before it starts to cool off. I would like to hit the beach before it starts to cool off. To hit the beach, to hit the beach. I would like to hit the beach. I'd like to hit the beach. To hit the beach. I'd like to hit the beach. To hit the beach. I'd like to hit the beach. Yeah, just play with it. And remember the melody, the rhythm, the idiom, the meaning, and the phrase in which it's used. Like you remember the whole 9 yards, the whole package. Anyway, the next one, live out of a suitcase. What does it mean, live out of a suitcase? I'm tired of living out of a suitcase. I miss being at home. I'm tired of living out of a suitcase. I miss being at home. Make up your mind. Decide what you think it means. And here comes the correct one. Here we go. To briefly stay in several locations, never staying in the same place long enough to unpack your bags. Right, so when you travel from place to place and you don't have time to unpack, to take all of your stuff out of your bags, out of your suitcase. No, you don't have time for that. So it's standing there next to your bed in a hotel room, and you're living out of a suitcase because your life, your stuff is in the suitcase. You're living out of it. That's a very logical phrase. By the way, the phrase that I don't think that it would be impossible for us to say anything like this in Russian, for example, or in Ukrainian for that matter. English is a very flexible language. You can do it all with English. All right, let's do some singing, shall we? By the way, can you do it without me? I mean, of course I won't be able to hear you, but let's sing it in your head, even if you cannot like really sing. But you take the phrase, I am tired of living out of a suitcase, and spend 20 seconds figuring out what you can do with it, how you can play with it. Yeah, make sure your voice goes up and down, and the rhythm is there, and I'm tired of living out of a suitcase. All right, anyway, do it, and I will be sitting here pretending that I'm listening to you. All right, good job. Thank you very much. And here comes mine. I am tired of living out of a suitcase. I am tired of living out of a suitcase. Living out of a suitcase. Living out of a suitcase. I am tired of living out of a suitcase. I am tired of living out of a suitcase. I am tired of living out of a suitcase. Remember my song? Now sing it with me. I am tired of living out of a suitcase. I am tired of living out of a suitcase. Right, let's move on. To hitch a ride. You know, being a hitchhiker. Hitch a ride. Instead of taking the bus, I'm just going to hitch a ride with Steve. That's an easy one. I think you can guess the meaning quite easily. And here it comes. To ask for a free ride to go somewhere in somebody else's car. To hitch a ride. Instead of taking the bus, I'm just going to hitch a ride with Steve. All right, that's the phrase. I am going to hitch a ride with Steve. I am going to hitch a ride with Steve. I am going to hitch a ride with Steve. I am going to hitch a ride with Steve. Hitch a ride, hitch a ride, hitch a ride with Steve. Hitch a ride, hitch a ride, hitch a ride with Steve. Even if there is no melody, but there is the rhythm. And all the words blend together and they become one big word. Hitch a ride, hitch a ride, hitch a ride with Steve. Hitch a ride, 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 hitch a ride. And that's another benefit of singing and, working and playing with the sound. When you put words together, hitch a ride, it's easy for you to remember the whole phrase because you say he, and then you don't say ch, you say ch-ride. So the end of the first word is attached to the beginning of the next word. So you have a train. All these carriages are connected. They are all tied together. So you start the first word and the second one comes naturally. I just say it the right way because you remember them together. They are tied together with the sound. To hitch a ride, to hitch a ride, to hitch a ride, hitch a ride, to hitch a ride. Right. Absolutely. Anyway, let's take the next one. Itchy feet. By the way, the sounds are different. It's but fee. But fee. Itchy feet, itchy feet. I hated living in London and I started getting itchy feet. What does it mean? I started getting itchy feet, itchy feet, itchy feet. Here comes the correct one. A person who has itchy feet is someone who finds it difficult to stay in one place and likes to travel and discover new places. Itch means чесаться, so itchy means чешущийся. Itchy feet. I started getting itchy feet. Started getting itchy feet. Started getting itchy feet. Started getting itchy feet. Itchy feet. Itchy feet. Itchy feet. Itchy feet. Getting itchy feet. Itchy feet. Itchy feet. Itchy feet. Getting itchy feet. Getting itchy feet. Getting itchy feet, 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 itchy feet, get your itchy feet. Right. I hope I'm helping you remember it. If not, then well, do a better job yourself. The next one is an easy one again. Be on a budget. Travelers who are on a budget might prefer to camp. Who are on a budget. What does it mean? Absolutely. It means not to have a lot of money to spend, having to economize. Sorry for the little mistakes here. It's a lot of money to spend. Not have a lot of money to spend. Travelers who are on a budget might prefer to camp. Travelers who are on a budget might prefer to camp. Travelers who are on a budget might prefer to camp. Travelers who are on a budget might prefer to camp. Right, on a budget. And if I'm not mistaken, the last one. It's better to travel hopefully than to arrive. For example, don't stress so much about getting the kids ready to go back to school. They're only this young once, and it is better to travel hopefully than to arrive. It's a proverb. It's a proverb that people use in real life in certain situations with a certain meaning. So what is the meaning? It's better to travel hopefully than to arrive. It's better to travel hopefully than to arrive. Right, it's better. Well, enjoying the process is more important than getting a result. That's the meaning. Traveling is better than arriving. The end of traveling is arriving. You always arrive somewhere, right? Enjoy the process. It's better to travel hopefully than to arrive. This is the phrase you say as is, just like it's a standalone phrase. It's like a sentence of a phrase. And just say it is better to travel hopefully than to arrive. That's it. In a situation when you think that the process is more important than the result that you want to achieve. It is better to travel hopefully than to arrive. It is better to travel hopefully than to arrive. It is better to travel hopefully than to arrive. It is better to travel hopefully than to arrive. It is better to travel hopefully. It is better to travel hopefully than to arrive. Hopefully than to arrive. It is better to travel hopefully than to arrive. This is the phrase. And isn't it good? Isn't it good? So how many, guys, have you guessed right? How many times have you said it the right way? 10 out of 10? 9 out of 10? Let me know. Let me know in the chats. All right, in your study rooms. I want to know what your result is. All right? So, the phrases are to travel light, to travel with very little baggage, to be off the beaten track, to travel to a place that isn't well known, a red-eye flight, it's a late-night flight, the jet set, a group of rich people who like to travel and party, to hit the beach, to hit the road, it's to go to the beach, to go to the road, to live out of a suitcase, to briefly stay in several locations, right? Now to hitch a ride, to ask for a free ride, itch your feet. Right, person who has itchy feet, like can't stay in one place, wants to travel all the time. And the last one, it's better to travel hopefully than to arrive. Which one is missing? Again, write in the chat. Let me know which one out of the 10 is missing. Did you guess it right? 1, 2, 3. Right, absolutely. Be on a budget, not have a lot of money to spend, having to economize. Be on a budget. Be on a budget. Right, that's what it is.
Ну и как вам урок? Все было понятно. Я надеюсь, что вы больше поняли, чем не поняли. Если что, еще раз просмотрите уже с субтитрами. Ну, для всех любителей русского перевода отдаю перевод. To travel light. Путешествовать налегке. To go или to be off the beaten track. Путешествовать по нехоженным местам. A red-eye flight. A red-eye, на самом деле, достаточно. A red-eye или a red-eye flight. Ночной рейс. Да, с красными глазами. Мы с него сходим. The jet set. Ну, jet — это самолет, да? А jet set — это именно группа людей, которые летают на самолетах. Если читаете газеты на английском, ну, супер фраза нужна. Hit the beach, hit the road, hit. Отправиться, поехать. To live out of a suitcase, жить на чемоданах. To hitch a ride, да, то есть путешествовать автостопом, или попросить подвезти бесплатно, или словить машину, да, чтобы подвезла вас бесплатно. To hitch a ride. Itchy feet. Itchy feet — это чешущиеся ступни. Да, о людях, которые не могут сидеть на одном месте, им постоянно нужно куда-то ехать. А если вы едете, а у вас нет много денег, то вы on a budget. Be on a budget, быть ограниченным в средствах. И фраза, ну, больше о жизни, нежели о путешествиях. Но на самом деле о путешествиях тоже, согласитесь. It's better to travel hopefully than to arrive. It's better to travel hopefully than to arrive. Классная фраза. Вообще 10 фраз классные, да? Напишите в комментариях, как вам было полезно и интересно. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.